So, hello everyone. Welcome to our today's job talk, Navigating the Tech Job Market in 2025. Welcome to my audience here in Munich and the audience in Zurich. Let me introduce myself. My name is Katharina Fürst. I am the Deputy CEO of the Constructor Academy. I would like to tell a little bit about myself, who I am and how I came to this job, and maybe to also show you that you can also change your career when you're older. So a little bit about me. I'm a commuter between 3 locations. What does that mean? I'm responsible for the Munich office, the Zurich office, and I'm living in between in Friedrichshafen at the Lake of Constance. I studied in Bayreuth, which is a German university in the middle of Germany in Bavaria. And many years ago, I made my diploma. And then afterwards, I went a little bit to the US. Then I worked in the Munich market. Then I went to Spain. Then I went back to the Munich market and worked for a lot of startups. In between, I got my children. There I stopped working then, and then I worked for the startups and started to build up my career after my motherhood again. That was about 8 years ago. And I started also with an internship. Then I did a part-time job, then a bigger part-time job, and then the full-time job, and then the next full-time job. This is where I am now here. I'm responsible, as I said, for the whole Munich office and the Zurich office, so for the complete academy. In my spare time, just to give you a little idea, I'm a horseback rider. I love wine. I love food, and I like having time with my friends. So that is about me, and now I would like to have some answers from your side. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about you, that I see who is here and who is in Zurich. So I see you from the back, Zurich people. The camera is in your back. Yeah, genau. Or we see you. So could you please raise your hands? Who has a background in tech? Okay. And are you here? Who is here because he or she wants to upskill? And who wants to change to tech career? Okay. And are there also persons that are just interested about the market? Okay. There were 2 hands raised in Munich and some in Zurich. So now I know a little bit about you. You know about me. Now I tell you a little bit about where you are right now. Who is the Constructor Academy? Well, we are a bootcamp provider. We offer immersive technology programs and short topic-specific courses. For whom? For professionals that are looking to boost their career. We help career changers to get into new careers, and we also work with companies that seek to upskill their workforce or do projects with us. Where are we located? In Zurich, Munich, Bremen, and you can also visit our courses online. What do you expect? What can you expect from today? So first of all, I would like to give you a short overview about the tech market in general, then about the tech market in Switzerland and Germany. Then I would like to highlight some key roles that are in demand, skills employers are looking for, and educational pathways, how you can go to start a new career or change your career. What are employers looking for? So navigating the future is always a little bit tricky. The world is changing super fast, as you all know at the moment, right? AI is in nearly every content you see AI. Wherever you look, there is AI. Since November 2023, when ChatGPT get launched, There is a huge hype, and I think one of the biggest in the last years, if not even in whole human history. How will the world look like in 2020, in 2030? There are several scenarios you could imagine, right? From a worse one where the robotics and the AI is ruling mankind, which is not such a nice future view, right? We can also imagine ourselves that the robots are working for us. The AI is doing all the skills. Everything is done by AI, and we are just laying in the sun, enjoying life, which might be a little bit nicer than the first scenario. Or we are working together with AI and robots. They do some skills, we have some skills. They do tasks, we do tasks. Which will be the one in 2030? I don't know. I hope the last one, but who knows? Maybe also the second or the first one. But what we see in the last few years, right, is just a second. I need to. The tech sector is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Yeah, since the release of ChatGPT, the investment flows in AI have increased by 8. That means 8 times more money is spent in the tech sector in the AI. And these are enormous sums, as you know and see in the press, right? It is expected that worldwide by 2030, more or less 170 million jobs will be created and around 92 million jobs will be displaced. Yeah, here you also see that around 80 million jobs will be new in the world, right? And nobody knows until now which. We have trends, which I will show you, but to be honest, nobody knows what will coming up, which jobs will suddenly appear or disappear. Like a year ago, there was the prompt engineer is the new high grade job you need to be. Now it's more so AI engineering. So let's see how the market develops. But what we for sure know is that AI skills will help you to navigate the market. This is also what the most employers see. So 86% of employers expect AI and information processing technologies to transform their business by 2030. What also is reported by the WEF forum this is the Davos forum of German's Weltwirtschaftsforum in Davos, in the future report. They say that AI, big data, and cybersecurity skills are the fastest growing skills, or the demand is the highest in these areas, is the fastest growing demand in skills. And additionally, software and application developers, AI and ML is machine learning specialists and data analysts are among the fastest growing roles at the moment. This is a small overview about a survey of, a survey by employers, was done by or for employers with employers, and the net growth projected by them. As you can see, the big data specialists, the demand will grow over 100%, followed by fintech engineers, AI and machine learning specialists, software and application developers, as well as security management specialists, data warehouse specialists, and then we go over autonomous electric vehicle and to UX UI designers, to light truck drivers. Internet of Things specialists will also be grown over 40%. And then we come to data analysts and scientists. The growth will be around 40%. Then you see environmental engineers, which will also be a big field in the next years. Environment will be one of the demands and huge challenges in the next years, how to treat the environment, how to deal with water, how to deal with earth and pollution. Next thing is information security analysts, as you can imagine, right? DevOps engineers, how to do the DevOps. And renewable energy engineers will also be one of the biggest growing fields in the next years. This is worldwide, right? Here I have a small overview about how the net increase will be in skills. You see at the first two slides is AI and big data. Again, AI and big data, networks and cybersecurity, technology literacy. That means you need to change with technology. You need to know technology. And then we already come to the soft skills like creativity, resilience, flexibility, and agility. Agility. How do you pronounce agility? Agility. Agility. Curiosity and lifelong learning. So you see, it's a mixture of soft skills and hard skills that is expected. This is the share of employers who consider the stated skills to be core skills for their workforce, only looking at the soft skills, right? No, soft skills at the beginning, and then AI and big data is on number 11, right? So how are the changes in the industry in Switzerland and in Germany? So tech, especially Gen AI is one of the fastest growing sectors, also in Switzerland and in Germany. 66% of employers are prioritizing hiring talent with AI and digital skills. And there is a high demand for skilled professional workers across all the industries. What challenges do we have at the moment? So in the last 6 months, there were many layoffs, as you know, also in the robotic field. What was said, it's one of the biggest fields that is coming up. And yesterday we heard about a company that is laying off about 10% of their employees. As well, we have many layoffs at Volkswagen, for example, in Germany, and also in Switzerland. There are some big companies that are laying off people, and also tech people, right? So here we have a problem because many seniors will come to the market, yeah, and so the senior expertise is for many companies more valuable, while juniors struggle with AI-generated inaccuracies. Yeah, what does that mean? So seniors understand fast an AI-generated prototype, right? They know how to refine generated implementations and explore, for example, faster alternative approaches. Thanks to their routine. Yeah, juniors often accept incorrect or outdated answers. They are content with semi-correct answers, and somehow they also struggle. They also struggle to debug AI solutions, because just they don't have that knowledge. This is one of the trends we see, right? Then we see the industry trends that impact hiring, like economic conditions and inflation. They both shape already the hiring trends, right? With a focus on cost efficiency and automation. That means hiring processes will automate it, and companies will look more for their costs, right? Also because of energy, taxes, customs that are all raising. And then we have a wage and workforce distribution that 50% of employers expect wages to increase. But 40% of employers will reduce their workforce, sorry, where AI can automate tasks at the beginning, right? Before the new jobs will be created. What are additional challenges? We heard about the zero gap recruiting, which means the employers are looking exactly for a person that fits exactly to their needs. So the last years before AI started, we had a market of employees. That means they could decide, do I go to this employer or do I take that one? Shall I go there or there? What do you offer? And now we see a change in the market, right? The employers can now decide whom to take more than before, especially in the tech sector. And the entry barriers for junior roles are higher than ever because, as I already said, right, companies are prioritizing highly skilled specialists or AI augmented professionals. Here you can see some skills and qualifications that are needed or that are looked for by companies. Just have to put slides up. Like the technical skills, like programming languages, like for example, Python, Java, C++, and JavaScript are languages that we think, and also the market thinks, will stay for a longer time. Frameworks and tools like Django, React, Kubernetes, and TensorFlow are at the moment the most practical and, as I heard, best ones. And they will also stay in the market for a longer time, as well as data skills like SQL, Tableau, and Power BI. Yeah. Then soft skills are also very important, like, for example, what I already showed you, problem solving, collaboration, adaptability, and lifelong learning. And then what's also important is that you have a good education and get also with also when you qualify yourself further on to get some additional certifications. If you now think to go to the tech market, what kind of person should you be? Is the tech market the perfect market for you? Right? Besides of your interest in coding, your interest in data, your interest in STEM in general. Well, tech is for hardworking people, for detailed people who want to build a solid, and you need to build a solid foundation first before you start to go to this market. It's also for curious people who want to go through life with agility, right? Lifelong learning and innovation are your daily tasks because the market changes super rapidly. The demands are changing super rapidly every day. At the moment, for me, it feels like every day is something new. What was new 2 weeks ago or 1 month ago is already outdated again, right? Or is forgotten, disappeared. So here you need to be curious and stay always in contact with what's going on in the market. That means also another thing is that before many people said, oh, I like to go in the tech market because it's flexible and I can do my work-life balance. Yeah, I can go to the Canarian Islands, chill in the sun and code a little bit. That has been true, but I also think that will change. Be careful with this thinking because it might change quickly. It might be that the companies say, no, come to our office, stay here. We see this change that many companies already demand their employees to go back to the office. Lucrative salaries, yes, if you are good, you will earn a lot of money. And you have a lot of career paths. You can change easily in between your career. Much easier, like, for example, when you are a teacher, you're always a teacher, right? You will not change your career. You work for the state, especially in Germany, and I think in Switzerland it's the same. You work there and you're an English teacher, you are an English teacher lifelong, right? You go on vacation when you have vacation, and that's it. In this career, it's a little bit different. You need to be agile, and you can also follow different career paths and change careers in between. So now I would like to show you some things you should develop. Hello. You should develop during your career. What is a good strategy? What should you do? Right? First of all is you should do a professional development. What does that mean? Cultivate deep technical passion. Right? That means you need to have a passion for this job. Then you should continuously upgrade your skills. You should master in-demand programming languages, like I already showed you. You could also start focusing on specialized technologies or niches. You could also, or you should complete practical and demonstrable projects, develop strong soft skills, as I said already, right? As soon as you can, create a comprehensive portfolio and show that, and also contribute to open source projects. Then what else should you do when you start for a career in tech? You should network and show yourself. Yeah? Build strong professional online presence, like in LinkedIn, on Medium. This is I don't know if you know this app. There you can write down articles and write blogs of your website or whatever. Engage in the tech community. That means, for example, in Munich, in the Munich Urban Collab, go to Women in Tech or whatever you find, right? Attend in industry conferences and go to meetups. And connect with potential mentors on conferences and also in meetups. Then what are career entry approaches? You can consider internships, target smaller or medium companies, explore outsourcing opportunities, participate in coding challenges, and be always open to junior and entry-level positions. So, but what you should, here you see some other strategic positioning, stay updated, as I already said, on emerging technologies, understand the market trends, develop a problem-solving mindset. This is super, super important. Don't give up so fast, right? Go on with the problems, try to solve the problem, always start with the easiest and go after the problems and really search the challenge, right? Don't give up. And show adaptability and agility in learning. Yeah. Be different in practical experience, make yourself different. By practical experience, continuous learning, proactive networking, and technical versatility. So how can we help you? So we can help you with our programs to get into the jobs. Like we have comprehensive intensive programs and short courses for full stack web development, data science, and AI. Short courses like Mastering Generative AI or Python. We show you in our programs, we give you hands-on experiences with real projects and capstone projects. And we also do real work, group work. And additionally, we give you career support As I showed you already, we train you also in the soft skills. So we learn you how to do teamwork, how to listen to people, actively listening. And we also help you to build your resume, how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile. And we help you for the interview preparation, for example, for the personal interview, as well as for the technical interview. And additionally, we can support you with networking opportunities with our industry experts and hiring partners. So let me give you a short overview, only a short overview about our programs. One is the full stack web development in AI program. The goal is to build web-based applications in front end and back end. It's either 12 weeks if you would like to do it full-time, or 22 weeks if you like to do it part-time. What will you learn here? It's from HTML to and JavaScript and CSS, over SQL and GitLab, React and Docker, and for the back end, you are learning Django. Python. Then we have the data science and AI intense program. This is for those who would like to learn techniques and technologies for processing the real world data and extract insights. It's also either 12 weeks full-time or 22 weeks part-time. Which technologies do you learn? Well, you have machine learning, you learn NLP, Python, deep learning, visualization, and SQL. And everything is supported with AI, right? Our short courses here, we have our Mastering Generative AI course, which is a short course for 6 weeks. You also learn, besides of what you see down here, how to build racks, for example, how to build your own chatbot, and you also have a business. One section is dedicated to business plans and how to develop a business with AI. And yeah, so this is a super appealing course. And here you have the Python programming course. Here you learn the basics of Python and how to program. The 6-week online course is for beginners as well, is for beginners and introduces you in the fundamentals of Python. And you can also take this course before you start going into our data science course, for example. Why should you learn with us? Well, we have a super relevant curriculum and we always stay on the new trends. The Gen AI course, for example, is changing every course. We have the theoretic tile, which is always the same, how are LLMs built, and then the theory is always the same. And then when we use the programs in between, these are always the most actual ones. So what is in the market, what makes sense to use. So here we are always super up to date. Then we have an ongoing mentorship. We help you to apply, and we also help you during the whole program to catch up. We have a team of expert instructors. That means most of them are working in the real field, right, in the industry, and they know what's going on in the industry. Then we do, as I said already, career coaching. And we do, at the end of our boot camps, we always do the real industry capstone projects together with companies that are the last 4 weeks. So here we work, for example, with Nestlé. We had a project, we had one with BMW or Best Secret. Yeah, these are all smaller startups like Heal Actively, where we did also a project. Here's a quick overview about projects. I don't want to go too deep. You can take here a scan to view more about the capstone projects. If you want to, you can scan it now. Then you get a little overview, and my smart colleagues in Switzerland as well as here, we can explain you a little bit more about these projects, but I think it would go too far if we start explaining it. It is especially for bringing you in contact with companies, starting to build networks, and therefore we do these projects. And that you see the theory you have learned the weeks before, to implement them in the real life. Where did our students get jobs after our programs? So you see here a list of companies, from Swiss companies to German companies. Everything is in here. We also have American companies like Google and eBay that are hiring our students. So you see bigger companies, smaller companies, all branches. As you can imagine, this field for data scientists as well as for full stackers is super broad. So you can go in nearly every branch, depending also sometimes depending on what you have done before. Where did you get some exercise experiences? Because the people who come to us have already some experiences, right? You usually don't come right after school. You grew up. Some are in jobs, in between jobs. Part-timers are mostly in the jobs and want to upskill, and or full-timers are usually between two jobs. And yeah, okay, now exactly. And then go to the next job. This is how our process is for the programs. I make it very, very short. So we have first the application process, which is normal, right? So you apply on our website, and then we have a little non-technical interview done mostly by my colleague Christina. She is checking your background a little bit, and if our goals, your goals, and our goal, as constructor goals and application goals, applicants' goals are the same. And then we go after this, if everybody is d'accord, then we go to the technical interview where you get beforehand, you get a little preparation material, and then you go through the technical interview and pass that hopefully. And then after the contract is finished, the payment is done, or the first payment, then you get the preparation task for the program itself, and then the program starts. In the program, you have always in the morning the theories, and in the afternoon, you're going to have the exercises. Here you learn the hands-on hands-on doing with what you learned in the morning in the theory. Additionally, we do during the whole program, or a little bit at the end, we start with the career coaching, and at the very end, we do the final project. And then when you are ready or finished with our programs, you are part of our alumni network, which also is not only the academy alumni, but also the university. We also belong to the Constructor University, which is located in Bremen. And this is a big alumni network. That means you are part of this big alumni network with university students plus academy students, right? So this is what I already said. Financing, yeah, our boot camps cost. It's not for free. Why not? Because we also want to get paid and have to pay our bills. So it's not for free. It costs a little bit, but it's worth doing it. Nearly everybody who goes through our programs is happy that he or she has done it. You can also, if you like to, we can connect you to students or alumni that can explain you what they liked and maybe what they didn't like. So financing, you can do it in Switzerland. You have several opportunities to finance it, as you can see here. And in Germany, it's mostly done by the Bundesagentur für Arbeit. Here you can apply for education voucher or Weiterbildungsgutschein and pay with that one. What are the upcoming dates for our programs? Just to inform you, the next programs are starting in March. And no, already, yeah, that's in March, 4th of March, will the next part-time program start, which goes 22 weeks. And then the Python and the Mastering AI program are also starting Python is starting also on 4th of March, same week. And then a week later, Mastering Generative AI is starting. And then the next remote full-time program starts on April 7th. And all our long courses, full-time courses, are starting every 6 weeks. So one batch is only for onliners, so only remote, and 6 weeks later we have a combination of online and in person. So you can join then either in Munich, in Zurich, or online. Now you think maybe, can I do it? Can I go into the tech market? Can I do it with Constructor Academy? I think you can go into the job market, and we can help you as much as we can, right? And as much as you let us help you. It is challenging, but after you did a training, and we will guide you through several steps how to apply and bring you also into the networks, then I think it's realistic to find a job, right? Maybe also if it's only an internship, right? But somewhere you start, go with internships, go with junior positions at the beginning, and be one of the best. This is super, super important. In my experience, your whole life is your working life consists of 3 steps. So the first step is the education, right? You start, you educate yourself, you go to a university, try here to be one of the best. Or if you go to school, be always between the 10 best percent. And at the end of your education, start working a little bit, that you find already, that you get experiences. Then you enter the job market with your, hopefully, one of the best during the studies and your network that you created during your university or school career. And then you go into the job market. And here you also should look that you are under the best who are working. Give your very, very best. Be agile. Take also tasks you might not be asked for, right? Always be like a little entrepreneur also inside your company. Build networks. This is so, so, so important that you have the right network to grow. Yeah, the network is super, super, super important for business, also for personal development. More you hear from other people, as more you see, as more you experience, as better you get yourself, right? You get your opinion by talking to people. And specialize yourself or learn. Stay always curious. Be a lifelong learner. Do further education trainings, either for free or paid or whatever, but stay always on top. Yeah, and this is the second part of your career life. And the third part is when you reduce your working load a little bit and you reduce your learning curve a little bit, and then you start mentoring and being also a networker or a mentor, right? That what you searched before, you can give back then if you're experienced enough. This is for me the 3 steps of working life. So yeah, this is it was a little excursion. Now I think I'm ready with my speech. And if you want now, you can get your one-to-one. You can either book a one-to-one appointment here with one of my colleagues, or if you would like to here in Munich or there in Zurich, you are heartily invited to stay with us, talk with us. Also show us your CVs if you want to. We can also help you with other careers. It's not absolutely necessary to come to us. That wasn't the intention of today's meetup. It's more to inform you, to see also what you think about what I've said or your experiences you made, to give us a little feedback, also see how you see it, or tell us how you see it. And yeah, I'm super happy that you have been here and there. And yeah, wish you a wonderful rest of the evening and have good discussions, and hope to meet you in Zurich somewhere in person. And I'm excited to see what persons are here in Munich are saying. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Katarina. Do you accept questions now, or you do?
Yeah, we can
have
have
questions?
questions. Yes, sure.
Or we go to one-on-one sessions, depending.
As you like. If somebody has a question, I'm happy to answer. If you would like to answer them by yourself, also good. So.
Thank you for your trust. Okay, yeah, I can answer all the questions. Okay, thanks then. Have fun there in Germany. And
you too. You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye there. Ciao.
So.